So I'm going to tell you a little story about what happens when you cheap out on life-saving equipment. A number of years ago now, I worked for an armored car company here in Halifax, right? It was a small company. We were only a company that used 9mm handguns. Everybody else was still running 38s.
What? What the fuck?
Ooh, and I thought my jokes were bad.
And that was good. What was bad was these 9mm handguns looked like they had been ridden hard and put away wet. There was next to no user maintenance done to these things whatsoever. And I would spend countless times cleaning whatever handgun I had, hoping that they would all eventually get to a certain point where they'd be fit to use.
I'm cleaning up shit. I'm cleaning up shit. From these fucking animals, I'm cleaning up shit.
Knowing what I know now, I would have never ran these guns. And I complained about it.
I know the squealers when I see them.
But of course, being just turned 19, nobody really taking me seriously on anything. Everybody else knew better than me. Okay? Everybody else knew better, including the management.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth, you snotty little bastard.
That was the attitude. So about a few months later, we're on the range. It's wintertime. And I bought some ammunition to kind of run my own drills and stuff like that in between. I was helping. I was an assistant range safety officer. So I was doing my thing, and everybody else was behind bombing up for the next serial, and pop, pop, pop. I remember getting hit in the face with something hard. I remember falling to the ground. I also remember the manager sitting behind me losing his shit. Just losing it. Okay? And I shouted out, I'm okay, I'm okay. At least I thought I was okay. Checked my face over. I had shrapnel and shards of metal in my face. And you know, there was a little bit of blood. I wasn't dying, right? Most of the wounds were, actually, well, they're all superficial. But I still got hit in the face with something I didn't know what. So we picked up all the pieces to the left of the handgun, and we're all sitting there going, like, how the fuck did this happen? Turns out, and if you're not familiar with classic line pistols from Sig Sauer, there's a pin on the right side of the slide, right? It's supposed to be flush with the slide. It's called the inner and outer heavy duty pin. And that pins in the breech block, so it kind of locks everything in place. That came out. Didn't notice it. When I fired the next round, the breech block had wiggle room. All that compression punched the breech block through the hammer and hit me in the face. But nobody was killed. Nobody was seriously injured. We kind of sat there and went, okay, let's kind of learn from this and go on. So we took the handgun and brought it back. We showed the owner, and he's like, oh, fuck, I've never seen that happen before. I didn't say a whole lot at the time because I was pissed the whole drive back. I was pretty angry. Now, we had shortly before this, we had 2 new guns show up at the office, and I would always take the guns. The new ones. The brand spanking new ones. Like, fresh out of the factory. New. Okay? I would always take them. And I remember the manager at the time would lose his shit at me for apparently taking his gun.
Where are they? Killing is making a choice. Where are they?
Everybody thought I wanted to take the guns because they had the cool little Crimson Trace laser sights on it. That wasn't why. I wanted them because they were brand fucking new. About a year later, I went in for a consult. I had to get my wisdom teeth pulled. So I went in to see a dental surgeon, and they took that whole 180-degree x-ray of my face. I'm sitting in his office, and he's looking at my x-rays. And he's looking back at me, and he's looking at my x-rays. And he's looking back at me, and he takes his finger, and he starts rubbing right here on my face.
Something's fucking.
Now, I remember I had a bump here for the longest time. I had it after the accident. I figured it was just like a goosebump, right? Or I may figure it was something like, you know how you get like cauliflower ear, shit builds up and it just stays there. I don't fucking know, man. Like, I was like 19 years old. I don't know this shit. All I know is it wasn't hurting me, so fuck it, whatever. Who cares? But he's poking at it, and I said, Doc, what are you doing? And he looks at me. It was funny. He was an old boy from Newfoundland. And he looks at me and goes, Lord's 100, you got fucking metal in your face, boy. I said, what? He said, you got fucking metal in your face. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, my son, I've been doing this for a number of years. You got metal in your face. And he showed me the x-ray, and there's this little white blotch right in the same spot. And I went, oh, fuck. Now, I took a picture of my face after all this happened. Check it out. Now, if you notice on that picture, there's a red blotch right here. Okay? Roughly the exact same spot is where this bump is. Piece of metal inserted itself into my face at the same time the breech block hit me. So it's kind of like, if you burn your hand, if you punch your other hand, you don't really feel this pain anymore or something, you know what I mean? Kind of same sort of effect. At least that's what I'm assuming. But to this day, I have this metal fragment in my face. Because somebody decided that it would cost too much money to replace guns. A firearm to a police officer, a soldier, or an armed guard is a piece of life-saving equipment. The same as a tourniquet. If you're going to cheap out on purchasing life-saving gear, somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody is going to get killed. And it's probably going to be you. So keep that in mind next time you look at a Rapid Seal-Ox or Fox Seal or a tourniquet and say, ooh, geez, that's just too much. Well, how much is your life worth anyway?